Hey there, Sue here today with you. Wanted to jump on and do a quick tutorial to show you how to set up your own Google Hangout or Google On Air, whatever you want to call it, so that you can do webinars, or if you don't have a screen recording device, you can go ahead and use a Google Hangout with just yourself and record your screen so that you can put out some marketing videos, tell the world what you're up to, kind of promote your business. It's something that you can do that will also automatically syndicate your content, because when you use Google Hangouts on Air, it will automatically post to Google Plus, to YouTube, so that you have an automatic, you don't have to do it. It takes a step away. It takes something out of your hands, and it just pushes more content out automatically. So that's always a good thing. So there's two different ways that you can start a Google Hangout on Air, but you have to have, before you can do that, a Gmail account and a YouTube account connected to that same Gmail address, okay? So if you don't have that, pause the video, go get yourself a free Gmail account, and then go get yourself a free YouTube account using that same email address, okay? So we're going to continue assuming that you have that in place. Now if I look away from the camera, that's because I'm looking down to click on things, but I want you to reach out with any questions that you have after you watch this, and just keep in mind that things are always changing. So even though this is current today, and we're on March 26th, 2015, it could change tomorrow or the next day. Google's always changing things around and how to set this stuff up, but it should be similar. It's been kind of similar to this for a long time. They just change a little bit of where you find the access points. So first we're going to show you how to set one up. Then I'm actually going to go live on one so that I can show you the inside and how you set stuff up in the back office, and then how to grab your link and actually give it to someone who you want to be on your Hangout with you, okay? Sound good? Well, let's go. And I'll minimize myself down in a minute. I'm just basically covering up emails that I have open because I don't want to give anybody's private information away. So in a sec, I'll get off the screen, the big screen, and you'll be able to see a lot better. So first of all, we're going to show you how to get in from being on your email account. So log into your email account, and then let me have you look up here at the top, okay? You should see your name, the box, the bell, the plus, and your picture if you have one loaded. What you want to do is get over to your Google Plus account, and how you do that is hit your name, the plus with your name, okay? Now I'm going to minimize myself down and show you what you do from here. Okay, here we are over on my Google Plus page. Yours should look very similar, and you should see a home button right here. Scroll over the home button, and if you look down, you see Google Hangouts. All you have to do is click on that. You'll come up to this page. You want to hit Hangouts on Air. So go ahead and click that. Let me pull this down a little bit. See if I can grab it here. Alright. So when you hit this, you'll come up to this screen. I'll tell you some of the stuff that you can do, and then you want to hit Create a Hangout on Air. You'll get this option right here where you can fill out the name of the Hangout, tell people about it, and you can choose whether to start it now or later. And you don't have to worry about trying to add people in here individually that you want on your Hangout. I'm going to show you an easier way to do it. At least I think it's easier. But if people are already in your Google Plus friends list, go ahead and add them this way. I've found when I try to send the links this way, it just gets confusing, and sometimes people don't seem to get them. So I'm going to show you the way I do it, okay? So I'm going to cancel this one so we can show you method number 2, which is super simple as well. And then we'll go ahead and go to the next step of setting one up so you can kind of see what your options are from the back office or from behind the scenes. Okay? So let's cancel that. The next way to get in, let me close a couple windows I have open here on my screen, and I'll be able to show you. Okay. Close that one too. Alright, so the next option is to go ahead and sign into the YouTube account. So let me do that. Okay, so I'm signed into my YouTube account. Now, if you just set up your YouTube account, you will probably have to do a verification. So a little bit different screen will come up and it'll tell you to give them your phone number or a cell phone number so they can text you, and they will send you a number which you have to enter into a box, and then it'll verify it, and then you can go from there, okay? So what you want to do once you get in the back office here is click upload. I know it seems counterintuitive that they have it under upload, but that's where it is. Then you'll have all these options. We want, of course, to broadcast Google on Air. So hit the broadcast button. We come up to that same screen we were on before. This time we're actually going to do a start a Hangout. So let me just call this tutorial about setting up a Google on Air Hangout. Okay. You can fill in here, obviously, you know, if you want to do a keyword rich description, go ahead and do that. If you have a link that you're going to be talking about in your Hangout, put that link right up at the top. And then you choose start now or start later. I'm actually going to choose start now because we're obviously wanting to not wait. So go ahead and click on whichever one you prefer. It's funny because it is in my time zone because I have it set up that way, but it went to 7 p.m. I don't want 7 p.m. It's 12:44 p.m. here for me now. Oops, sorry about that. Let me find close to this time. I'm gonna do 12:30 and see if it'll let me. If not, do the next closest time. I think it'll just let me anyway. So we said before we're not gonna talk about this. It's going to be visible by everyone when it goes live, but you will have the option to make it secret or unlisted after the recording, and so you can go ahead and do that. I think if you click off of this, it won't be live. See, it says this broadcast will be unlisted and promoted on Google Plus and YouTube to your audience listed. So if you want to not go live and you only want people on your list, you click off of that. And that's what I'm going to do right now since we're just doing a tutorial. But we'll be able to go in. We should be able to go in after it uploads and change that. Okay? If you want to learn more, click on that. I don't have an audience in here, so let me just put one. This is my other account. I'm going to put that so that I have something in there. And then we're going to go, let me pull it down a little because you can't see it. Then all you have to do is hit share. Excuse me. We're just talking about some new apps here. Go ahead and read them if you want. And if you look, let me see if I can pull this. Oops, I didn't mean to highlight it. But this is, it's blurred out right now because I haven't gone live, but this is what's showing up to the people that I put into the group. They'll see this, and then you'll be able to go live. Over on the right hand side, if you want to add any information about the show, you can add some additional information over here, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and click to go live, and I'll show you what you can do in the back. So here we are looking at the little blurred out page, and we want to click start. You'll usually hear, I have my volume off, but let me see if I can turn it on. I'm not sure if I'm recording system sound, but you'll hear a couple little beep, like bells ringing. Here you can choose if you want to have guest be 18 or not. You don't have to put in names here. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to skip that part. So I'm just going to skip this. Okay. Now, I need to pull this up a little bit more for you. Okay, notice up in the right hand corner, you're still off air. You will come up to this first. This will allow you to talk to members of the webinar in private before you go live. I'm going to show you, all you have to do to get them on is grab this link right here. I know it's long. Grab that link, copy it, send it to them however you want to send it. They will be able to click on that and they'll be able to come in as an audience member and get on here, and then they'll just show up on the camera. Okay, now I'm not sure what's going to happen when I try to go live because I'm using my camera, but I'm going to try it. But before I do, just in case we get cut off, I'm going to go down the side here and kind of talk about some of these options. Okay, this is chat. If you want to add chat over to the side, you can add chat. This right here is share your screen. Whatever you have open on your desktop, you'll be able to share it. You will just hit this. It'll allow you to share a screen. This is what I was telling you about if you wanted to just get on and by yourself on a Hangout and do a recording. You could do this, and it would just be a recording. You'd be able to send it out as a marketing piece. Okay? I'm not going to launch this now, but they're asking me if I want to launch some of the features that I don't have set up. I'm not gonna do that right now. They're talking about it. Q&A, this is kind of a feature that you can use to have your viewers ask you questions, and it's kind of cool because I don't have it enabled right now. You kind of have to go through and enable what you want to look at, but it will allow you to get some feedback while you're doing it. This, you can do a screen capture. Let me close this off. Cameraman. I have to be careful because I'm using my camera, but go ahead and hit that for some adjustments on the camera. This is the one that kind of lets you take bad people that are acting bad out, turn up the volume when someone's speaking, or mute them. And speaking of that, let me just give you a quick hint from my experience using this. If your participants don't have a headset, what you want to do when someone's talking, you have control. On the bottom, you'll see all your participants on the bottom of your screen. Whoever's talking, click on their image so that they stay on the screen, so it's not flicking back and forth if it hears a little background noise. That's really distracting for your audience. So just double click on whoever's talking. That should put them up on the screen, and then when they're done talking, click on the next person. The other thing you want to let your panelists know is, especially if they don't have a headset on, is when they're talking to turn their volume off. You know, their external speakers at their house, turn their volume off, turn it back on when they're not talking. What that does is prevent some of the feedback noise. And then the other thing you can do, there's usually a mute feature. So if somebody's got a lot of background noise and you need to mute them out, go ahead and do that. Okay, now this is the one I really want to kind of key in on, because you can do a lot right here, including adding your name to the board, to the underneath your image. So you click on Hangout Toolbox, and I don't have it loaded on here yet, but it's loading. Okay, so let me pull it over. So it'll load. It'll come up on the top right, and you can, if you click on this first icon, the person silhouette, you can write your name in here, and if you have a tagline, write your tagline. You can do a logo. Just hit it and do a logo. I don't know if I can do it while I'm on here, but let me see. I'm going to see if we can do it. Just saw it. Pull it up from your let me see if it loaded. You can change the color. I like blue, so I just have blue, but change the color. And then this is where you turn it on. So just turn it on. That will put your name on the bottom of the screen when you're live. And if you want to do an overlay, if you don't want your picture to be on, you can do something there with an overlay too. That's important. I think it's important. You can even add your country, change your volume, face, and comment tracker, all kinds of stuff. So just kind of explore some of the things that you can do here and play around with them and get familiar with them. So this magic one on the bottom, go back over to the left here, and we're just about done here. This one on the bottom, it allows you to do those funny hats and things that you may have seen on people when you've been watching a Hangout, the mustaches and the hats. It's just something fun that you can play around with as well. Up here on the top, this is where you turn on your camera, your microphone, and invite people if you didn't give them that link. And then settings will allow you to set if your mic's not coming on or something's not working, this is where you would do that, okay? So that's about it for this tutorial. I hope it helped you. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. I'll try to do my best to answer those. And I appreciate the fact that you've been on here with me. So take care, and we'll see you on the next one.